pointer out here. Um, so here, and underneath all this, or way over here, is another mat. So, mats. So if you use figures, which I do, and everybody that's watched my streams or watched our YouTube videos for my group, you know I use figures. I've used D&D figures almost since the beginning of starting the game, since 1977 when I started playing. I've pretty much been using figures. It was nice having a gaming store literally, I don't know, 4 blocks from my house that I could walk to at 10 and 11 years old and see the old timers there playing with miniatures. Mainly back then, it was Civil War reenactments or Roman Empire reenactments that was going on. And so they were always interesting to see. Like Dave Arneson used to play out of the shop. And so I got to see that kind of stuff. So I was into miniatures right away. So this mat here, it's all rolled up here. And you know we have your typical 1 inch squares, and this is I've been using for years, years and years. You can go get these out on Amazon, your local gaming stores. They have them. We've actually lettered and numbered these. See how we got that here. So A through B, you know, all the way on down. And then we also, if you open this up a little bit, you can see numbers. And the reason why we did this is because for years, in fact, over the last 10 years, um, I've been doing my game uh, with some of my group. Uh, we all once at one time all lived here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. However, I've had players move away to Chicago or out to Boston. Now, a few of them are out in Seattle. My son now plays football at University of Manitoba. Go Bisons! So we've been doing gaming for years, probably before streaming was even being done. We would actually shoot pictures on our cell phones to the guys that were playing via phone so they could see, you know, what was going on in the maps. So it was crazy that we used to do that. So that's why it's numbered and lettered. So people could say, oh, move me to 32F, you know, and so we can move that figure to 32F and however they interact. Took a lot of time kind of doing that. Now it's a lot easier now with things like Skype out there, with Twitch now. My players now can view what's going on Twitch, just have a little delay, but not a delay in the sense we used to send these pictures and then wait a minute till they got them, and then they would say where they moved. Now it's what, 6 seconds delay, and so it works out right. So the product I got in the mail today, so I've had these mats. Now the thing is about these mats is, yep, they roll up, and yep, you can throw them in your car if you're, you know, going, you know, to a friend's house to game. The good thing is, since I've been an adult, I've been DMing, you know, out of my house since then, since as an adult. But there's been times where I've gone to another player's house to DM, you know, and so I have to roll up the mats, take my figures, what figures we're going to be using for that session on over. Kind of clunky, plus your books, your dice, all that kind of stuff. And so the mats, they're not that portable, and especially say if you get on a plane and go DM somewhere else to another state. Like I said, I have friends that live out in Seattle now. I've been out there playing. I don't believe, maybe I have, yeah, actually have DM'd out there too. Luckily, the player out there DMs and has mats too. Um, but we've talked about that before, like, well, maybe you should bring an extra mat. And I have 4 of these roll-up maps. It's a little crazy, I know, but I have 4 of them. One of them was even double-sided with squares and hexagons. So I have that. Now, the great thing is about those, you can write on them, you erase them usually. The big thing is you don't want it to stay long, um, or, it can dry up. Now, lately now, I've been doing, and this year was with these figures here, I've just been doing on sheets of paper, drawing up the maps, and then removing stuff slowly, a fog of war for the groups to see. It's taken away a lot more time where I used to just, okay, you're going to a room, and now let me take 5 minutes to draw up the room. So now trying to save more time, especially now that we're putting stuff out on Twitch and YouTube, I was like, we got to be a little bit quicker on this. So now I'm making my maps before we play Fog of War. Here, they knew the layout from Rhea, the Cloud Giant, kind of knew the layout because she's visited here, so gave them a description. So I drew it out pre-game, but we've had other adventures where if you've seen our maze for the Minotaur, that was a Fog of War where I was just moving pieces of paper as the group moved, as well as with lighting, so it works perfect. But the one thing I got into today that was interesting, and I got this from Paizo for Pathfinder. I don't play Pathfinder, um, and but I like some of their Paizo products. I do definitely like, and this is one of them. So this mat here, I got in the mail here, and this here, it actually is two-sided. So you have the side I have, and then a darker side. The cool thing about this map is, so it's wet, dry, and permanent markers erase. So on there I use wet erase, but I've already just tested it to see if the dry erase works. I have a dry erase marker here. So I tried that. It works. You do have to spend a little bit more time like wiping up. With wet erase, this stuff comes off really quick. Right here, if I just go and do that. So you can see that cleans up very fast. With dry erase, you have to just, I didn't have to spray anything. I just had to kind of put a little bit more elbow grease into it, and it came off fine too. But as you notice, here is what it comes in. And actually, I have another one. Just move some stuff on top of it, though, to record, that I haven't opened yet. So here it is. So it's pretty cool. So I got two of them, and the reason I got two is if you see this mat here, they're 24 by 30 mat, 1-inch squares. And so I got two purely in the sense because I usually make some very large maps with my drawings. So I was like, well, let me get two of these just to have them. But the coolest thing is that it folds up. So this here, just like your books or whatever, you could easily fold this up, carry it in a case, and travel with it. So say if you game at your local gaming store, your DM at your local gaming store, this is pretty easy to take with you and travel. Bring your markers, your books, your dice, still the figures you're going to use for that session, and have this map. Whether you draw it up as you're doing it, or even if you draw it beforehand, like I've been doing now, and then just do Fog of War with some paper. So I just wanted to share this product, just a quick video. It's called Pathfinder Flip Mat, and I purchased two of these, and with the purchase of two of these plus shipping and handling, it was a total of $36.49. They're priced each at $14.99, so a pretty good deal versus the big maps that I have. They're a lot more expensive. However, they last forever. I guarantee you at least one out of the four maps, if not like two of them, are probably a good 20 years old. Once again, the biggest thing is you have to make sure you're using wet erase markers. The other thing is I always recommend cleaning them up when you're done using them. I've seen with red and green, some other colors, they stain into it if you leave it too long, and then you know, maybe hopefully bleach will get it out, and have to be very careful with like permanent or dry erase on these, because they doesn't come off that easy. But this here, it comes off pretty cool. So if you, for whatever reason, use a dry erase marker by accident, or you can on these, or even a permanent marker, it will come off. And that's kind of also why I bought these, is just one, so they're portable. Even though I DM right out of my home, and haven't gone to any conventions in years, or DM'd in a game store in years. But who knows? That may be changing here a little bit in going into 2017. Maybe I'll go out to one of these conventions and DM. But it's been years since I've been to one. I've really taken my game more into the home, and haven't sought out going to conventions. But who knows? Maybe somebody invites me to one of these, and I'll go DM at one of these. So I just want to share a product, pretty cool. Like I said, you can go out to Paizo and just go to Pathfinder Flip Mat and buy those. And you know, especially if you're a DM on the go, if you're always kind of running around. I know some DMs actually keep a module always on them, which is pretty cool, because you just never know. Especially if you're at this is great for a new DM. If you're at university, this is a great thing. You can easily fold it up, keep it with your books, and it's perfect. You can just bring it out to go at any time. So just a quick product review. Thought they were really cool. This is your DM, Bilbo here, signing out, World of Harthron. Have a great week gaming. If you're out there gaming this week, this weekend, we will be back on at 2 o'clock Central Time for the Grey Guardians, where we will hopefully finish up this big fight in the Great Melt Falls, where the group is fighting some humans mixed with drow. They're called the Marsava clan, and they were actually here to free Rhea, Cloud Giant, free your son from an orc named Graybins, and they haven't found the son or Graybins yet. Are they here? Maybe, maybe they're not. They're trying to figure that out. So with that, I'm going to sign out. Remember, it's cool to be a geek. Pass it on. Have a good night.